There's no hiding from it. There are certain areas that we need to improve on, so fielding being one of them. So we've made a real special emphasis. There's a couple of changes we are thinking about, Bipin. Yeah, the preparation has gone well so far. There are certain areas that I have pushed them hard on during training in the last few days. There's no hiding from it. There are certain areas that we need to improve on, so fielding being one of them. So we've made a real special emphasis on making sure that we cover all bases when it comes to the fielding, and there's a progression in that department which we need. But saying that, we're looking for a better performance all round. I think if we analyse the last test match, and if we're honest, I think we fell short in all three departments, and I'll be looking for an improvement in all three departments this test match, which I'm sure we'll get. Yeah, there's a couple of changes we're thinking about. I'm not going to give too much away right at this moment. But there are a couple of things we are thinking about. Yeah, well, we've got two fielding coaches here this time. It's the same reason I've just explained, but I mean, we have been very average in that department, if we're honest. Not just in red ball cricket, but in white ball cricket as well. And it's an area we need to improve in, so we need as much reinforcements there as we can. And hopefully, I mean, having that backup in the coaching staff will help the players move forward. Asipa, how do you know he's in? There's a couple of changes we are thinking about, Bipin. But obviously I'm not going to give too much away right now. Well, I think after the game I was very honest with them and explained where I felt we fell short. I think as part and parcel of as learning as a group, we have to be very honest with ourselves and better reflect inwards. Without pointing fingers outwards, we have to look at ourselves first and say, how do we improve as a group? So we had a good honest chat around that. We put plans in place obviously to move that forward during training here. But I think the motivation is there. I mean, the players know how important it is to be picking up the test points. They know how important it is to win at home as well, in front of our home crowd. And the pride is there to do that, to perform for their country. So I think the motivation is there. We just have to improve, and that's one thing we're going to have to continually do. If we want to be a top team, we have to continually improve all the time. And to do that, you have to reflect honestly, and you have to find ways forward and find the right combinations, really. And I think that, listening to the chat in the dressing room, they're determined that this game they come out fighting, and we push back harder. If anything, I want to see the players come out of their shells rather than go into their shells. I want to see them come out of their shells and express themselves, have the confidence to do that, have the confidence to go into the middle and show people how good they are and what they can do. And through that, performance, morale, everything will improve, and we'll see, Sri Lanka fly.
With Dandex every day, no problem, any day. Go forward with freedom of mind.
Specific areas, again, if we look at the fielding, it cost us. We look at the drop catches there, it was costly. But it's not the first time it's happened. We have to be honest with that. And then, we need to make sure we capitalise on good starts. So there are things in all areas. I think with the ball in hand, we were good in patches, and in other stages we let them get away from us as well. At one point we were scoring at 5 and over. Comfortably, so we need to drag that back as well. So there are areas in all three departments that we need to address, if I'm honest. So it's not just one area, there's a collective that we need to pull together. Yeah, well, the psychologist is still in the background. He's not somebody that you'll see at the forefront all the time, but he's always there. I'm in constant contact with him to make sure that we're pushing the right messages. And I think it's same as a nutritionalist, that we've got in place. It's an untapped area for us, and I think it's an exciting area where we can make improvements. We can help the players better cope with stress, as well as help the players from a nutritional point of view to prepare for the games, make sure that they wake up the next day well hydrated, well nourished and ready to go again. And I think it's an area that we need to keep pushing. And certainly I saw improvements in the World Cup qualifiers from having the sessions we did during the Afghan series with a psychologist. Equally, we've seen better methods of hydration during the ODI series, during the Test series, and hopefully we'll see a decrease in injuries because of this as well. So there's a whole area of things we're looking at, but you won't see the psychologist there all the time, but he will be constantly working in the background. Like I say, I'm in constant touch with him. Yeah, I was there in 2018. I was bowling coach. So I know what to expect from this venue. I think from a player's point of view, I think it's great that we are playing at a different venue. I think for them it'll be refreshing, new ground, new environment, different place to play their cricket. And from a coaching point of view, if we want to be good and competitive all around the world, we have to learn to play in different conditions as well. So just giving us one conditioning goal all the time is not particularly productive to helping this team grow, this squad of players grow, because we will play, test matches in different conditions, so we have to be prepared to handle that. We have to be well equipped to handle that as well. So playing at different grounds, even in Sri Lanka, will help us do that. Well, I think obviously, first of all, we have to accept that the two fast bowlers that Pakistan have are very good. They're very good at their craft, they have good pace, and they don't give many runs away. One thing they can do is hammer a length hard, skillfully, time and time again, and if they go to bounces, their bounces are accurate. So we have to give them a lot of credit for the way that they operate. I think they make life difficult for any batting lineup anywhere in the world. I've seen it abroad as well with these guys. So I think, if anything, we have to be ultra positive in the way that I'm not saying we go out and slog or anything like that, but we need to make sure our footwork is positive, our decision making is strong, and that we find a way of combating these guys, because we're going to see the same again. They're good bowlers and they will come at us hard in that first hour. And then I think from a spin point of view, both groups struggled with spin in the last two innings of the test match there. So again, it'll be a battle of wills really. Who will play the best?